Hey, this is Mrs. Reichelt, and the next topic we're going to talk about is the reproductive system. So this first video basically covers the male reproductive organs. And so we'll go ahead and get started here. So the first thing that we're going to go through are mentioning what it means when we talk about the gonads. So the gonads are the primary sex organs. For the males, that means that it's the testes or the primary sex organs, and for the females, it's the ovaries. And then gonads are going to be responsible for producing gametes. Gametes might be a word that you remember from a general biology class, but gametes are really just sex cells. Sex cells meaning that it's either going to be sperm or egg. Okay, and they're also going to secrete hormones. So sperm is the male gamete, whereas the ova or an egg are the female gametes. So the male reproductive system basically are made up of a couple different structures here. So that we first have the testes, and the testes, well, in this diagram it's just showing a testis, is this kind of yellowy structure right here. Basically, you have the testis, then you have the duct system. The duct system includes the epididymis. The epididymis is this structure right here, so this is the epididymis, and then we have the vas deferens or the ductus deferens right in here, and then from there we have the urethra, and the urethra is right here. Okay, so those are the parts of the duct system, and the duct system is made up of three different structures. So you have the epididymis, the vas deferens, and the urethra. So make sure you know that there are three parts that make up the duct system. Alright, so some of the accessory organs here are the seminal vesicles, the prostate, and the bulbourethral glands. So the seminal vesicles are right in here. Okay, they're behind the bladder, so that's the seminal vesicles. And then the prostate is right here. Basically, you have some part of the duct system that's going to kind of go through the prostate, and then the bulbourethral glands. Basically, the bulbourethral glands are going to help protect they're right here, kind of just below the prostate there, but they're going to help secrete some fluids to allow to change the pH and to clean the urethra before ejaculation. And then the external genitalia includes the penis, which is this blue structure right here, and then also the scrotum. And the scrotum is going to be collectively this whole area right there. All right, so the next part here, we have a couple of things that actually cover the testes. So it's made up of two protective coverings. So the first one is the tunica albugina, and basically this is a capsule that surrounds each testis. And then the septa are the extensions of the capsule that extend into the testis and divide into different lobules. And then each of those lobes contains 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules. These are tightly coiled structures, and you can see them right in here, these tightly coiled structures. And basically, those are functioning to be the sperm forming factories. They're going to empty sperm into, they're going to empty sperm into this part of the testis, which is kind of a different color. It's kind of a tan color. And the purpose of that then is that sperm will now travel into the epididymis, which is right in here. So this is the epididymis, and then sperm will be stored there. And then you have interstitial cells that are in the seminiferous tubule, which produce androgens and also testosterone. So then the duct system, again, I put them up here just so we can keep track of them. But basically, the epididymis is a comma-shaped structure, and that's this one right here. I kind of underlined it in the last one, but basically sperm is going to be formed in the testes, and then sperm is going to be stored in the epididymis, and it's found on the superior part of the testis along the posterior and lateral side, and the function is to help to mature and store sperm for at least 20 days. Okay, and then sperm is expelled with the contraction of muscles in the epididymis into the walls of the vas deferens. So after sperm is held in the epididymis, then it's going to go into the vas deferens, which I'm kind of highlighting or underlining where it's kind of going to go after that. So the next one takes us to the ductus deferens, or the vas deferens. The purpose of this is it's now going to carry sperm from the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct. So once sperm goes or passes through the inguinal canal over the bladder, then sperm is going to be moved via peristalsis, so that's that alternating contraction, and then it'll end in the ejaculatory duct, which basically unites with the urethra. And then ejaculation is a smooth muscle. Basically, it occurs by a smooth muscle in the walls of the vas deferens, which create a peristaltic wave, which helps to propel or move sperm forward. And then a vasectomy, basically that's kind of all one thing. And then a vasectomy can occur when a person decides that they don't want to have children anymore, and that'll basically disrupt the ductus deferens, because they'll cut off that area, which prevents sperm to be transported any further past that ductus deferens. Then we get to the urethra here. So the urethra is going to extend from the base of the urinary bladder to the tip of the penis. It'll carry both urine and sperm. When we talked about the urinary system, we went through that a little bit, that the urethra in a male is about 8 inches long. It's a reproductive as well as a urinary system organ. So the major regions is you have basically you have the area of the urethra that's surrounded by the prostate. So you have this section, I guess I circled it right there. And then you have the membranous urethra, which basically goes from here to here, basically. And then you have the spongy urethra, or the penile urethra, which is now this kind of purplishy color right there, and it runs the length of the penis. So it looks like that's about everything, and I hope you found the male anatomy video helpful.